Good afternoon, everyone. Dr. Jaime Trent here. Welcome to day 24 of our detox group. So today we're going to talk a little bit about hormones and kind of the adrenal glands and the liver and how they're kind of all connected. So let's start by kind of saying, what exactly is a hormone? Usually when people hear hormones, they're mainly thinking of the sex hormones, estrogen, progesterone. But actually there's 50 different hormones in our body. How a hormone works is it's a substance that is secreted by a gland and it has an effect on another part of your body. Okay, so for just an example, when we're talking about thyroid, most people are familiar with that. Thyroid, the TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, is a hormone that is secreted by the pituitary, a small pea-shaped gland in your brain, and then it kind of moves through your body and it affects your thyroid down here. Okay, so that's just how hormones work. So, of course, women, whenever we're thinking of hormones, we start thinking about perimenopause and menopause. Okay, so I'm going to explain why do we struggle so much going through this time of life. One of the big reasons is because women are more stressed out than they used to be. That's the simplest explanation. So there's a big correlation between these hormone changes and our adrenal glands. So our adrenal glands are stress glands. They secrete cortisol, epinephrine, so they are responsible for that fight or flight response. So our body takes stress as we either need to stop and fight or we need to run from the tiger. That's what it thinks. So when you are under chronic stress, that is what your body thinks is happening. So it's not going to take the time to focus on other processes in the body, like making sex hormones, okay? So once we start going through perimenopause, our ovaries stop producing quite as much hormones as they do when we're younger. And then, of course, once we're in menopause, our ovaries just aren't really producing anything anymore. So a normal process would be as our hormones start to kind of slowly come down, the adrenal glands should pick up and start making some of that estrogen, some of that progesterone. Testosterone is another one I didn't mention. So they should be able to make some of these hormones. But like I said, we are overwhelmed. We are stressed out. We are not sleeping. We are not eating good food. And our adrenal glands just don't have the extra energy to put into that. So that is where a lot of the symptoms come from, through perimenopause and also menopause. So that's why making sure, number one, you're loving your adrenal glands by giving it the sleep and the food and the nutrients it needs, but also supporting it with like some adaptogenic herbs, such as ashwagandha is a good one that helps adrenals and thyroid. Licorice is one that can be helpful for a lot of people. Romania. I have formulas. Whenever I'm usually working with adrenal glands, I'm using different formulas. I love one called Daytime HPA from Gaia Herbs. That one's been amazing for women. Another one is Nighttime HPA. So it's one that you actually take overnight, and while you sleep, it actually helps your adrenal glands kind of recharge for the next day. So focusing on those adrenal glands is one thing that can really help you with that transition through life. So, but another part of the body that really affects our hormones is our liver. So our liver helps us metabolize and balance those hormones. So that's why doing a detoxification program is a big help for hormones also. So whenever I'm working with somebody, especially with women who are perimenopause or even just trying to kind of get a cycle regulated, or they're having a lot of PMS, they're having a lot of symptoms that week right before their period, the number one thing I'm going to do is we're going to start focusing on that liver, because that's a sign that their hormones are getting too high, and we need that liver to be healthy to metabolize and deal with those hormones better. So that's just kind of how the sex hormones work. But like I said, whenever we say hormones, most people are thinking about those sex hormones, but really there's a lot of hormones in the body. And insulin's another one that I've talked a lot about. Insulin is also a hormone. So that's why weight loss, whenever you hear somebody say weight loss is a hormone problem, yeah, they're absolutely right, because it has to do with that insulin. But then, of course, there's other things that can affect that insulin also. Okay, guys, well, hopefully this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions on anything we talked about today. All right, have a good one.